Mountain is a solid mix of beginner, intermediate, and advanced skiing, making it a well-balanced ski destination. It's a high-altitude Colorado resort receiving 305 inches snowfall each year. There are 3 base villages providing a range of accommodation options.
Copper has excellent terrain parks catering to all skill levels, including a large halfpipe and full view of the center village. While the tree skiing at Copper isn't as good as other Colorado resorts, the long, open, groomed trails, terrain parks, and challenging steep bowls make Copper an enjoyable resort for all. Plus, the resort bus makes getting around easy for day visitors and those staying on mountain.
Getting to Copper from Denver International Airport is relatively easy using car hire or airport shuttle to and from your accommodation. It is off I-70, 15 minutes past Frisco, and roughly an hour and 30 from Denver. If you're staying in Frisco or Silverthorne, there are buses to get you to and from the mountain, but a car is recommended. If you have a car, there is a massive free car park with frequent shuttles to each village area, plus a few paid parking lots closer to the lifts.
Copper Mountain is well laid out with 3 base village areas spreading visitors out and reducing overcrowding. The central village has most facilities and is where most promotional events take place. The lockers and ticket office here are a short walk from the bus and the American Eagle and American Flyer lifts. It also looks out over the halfpipe, providing some afternoon spectators for anyone with skills.
There are a few on-mountain food options, with T-Rex Grill the most lively in spring, but the base villages have the biggest variety. You can take packed lunches, but check the map as not all venues allow self-catering.
Let's get to the skiing. The terrain at Copper Mountain does well to separate beginner, intermediate, and advanced skiers. For the beginner, the American Flyer and Woodward lifts access some great long greens and blues, like American Flyer and Easy Feeling, but they also access a few terrain parks, so can be quite busy. For the first-timers, the Kokomo Express is the way to go, or take the Lumberjack lift for some gentle trails away from the crowds.
For young kids, Family Cross is worth a look for some fun. If you're after a quiet start or you're a beginner, the trails off the Lumberjack lift like Roundabout are gentle and great for building confidence. Note, Lumberjack lift is very slow, which might provide a welcome rest for learners.
For the intermediate skier, the Timberline Express offers some great blues. Check out Copperfield and Windsong. Some have small bumps for an added challenge. This valley can be a good place to avoid the weather, and the gladed areas next to American Flyer and the Moz are worth a look.
Mine Dump and the other trails off Accelerator Express are a good option to step up to short blacks, which are sometimes groomed. The Super Bee and American Eagle offer longer and more challenging blues. Andy's Encore and Collage are 2 classic, long rolling blue trails. Check the grooming report, as Rosie's Trail is a great black that is often groomed.
Tucker Mountain is the pick of the extreme skiing following the addition of the 3 Bears lift. Consider trails like Rams Run and Boulderado. The best moguls are off the Resolution and Alpine lifts, with no crowds and plenty of recovery time on the ride back up these slow fixed grip lifts. The pitch on Sawtooth and Formidable make them both enjoyable mogul trails, along with Far East and Too Much. The gladed trails on the map are good but can get tracked out, as this freefall video shows. Copper has some great long bump trails and big bowls for the advanced skier, but not as much tree skiing as other Colorado resorts.
Copper has an excellent range of terrain parks to suit all levels, including some great progression parks to keep the kids entertained. The terrain parks are on the lower slopes off Woodward Express, so it can be a great place to have fun when the weather makes the upper mountain less hospitable.
A few things to be aware of for Copper Mountain. The resort has snowmaking facilities on the main blue and green trails, ensuring snow for beginner and intermediate skiers. The trails below the Blackjack and Mountain Chief lifts are south-facing, so can be sunbaked in spring, and the green trails of Kokomo and Lumberjack can get very mushy and sticky.
The lifts accessing the upper mountain are exposed and can be impacted by wind and snow, limiting access to the whole mountain. If the weather gets ugly, look for lifts servicing mid-mountain areas, and you should be able to keep skiing, avoiding the worst of the weather. The lifts serving the back bowls open later and close earlier, and are the last to open after a storm. There are also a couple of surface lifts for accessing advanced terrain that will test snowboarders.
It's also worth noting, Copper is very accessible from Denver and they cater well to day visitors, so expect crowds on the weekends and powder days. On these days, queues on the Bee, Eagle and Flyer lifts can get long. The traffic back to Denver on a Sunday afternoon can be a parking lot down I-70, so consider this when planning your journey. The top of the Sierra and Accelerator lifts are the best places for a panoramic selfie with intermediate trails off the mountain.
There's a high-altitude Colorado resort. If you're coming from sea level, take it easy on the first few days and drink loads of water. Manage your energy levels. The lack of oxygen is taxing on the body. Best to keep some in reserve for the long return down to the base. At Copper, it's best to pick an area based on the weather and snow conditions and rinse the trails. Otherwise, because of the lift layout, you can waste time traversing or working your way through beginner areas. Don't overlook the Sierra Lift, which provides access to some great terrain but can have a lift queue on occasion.
The base at Copper is well planned with lots of on-mountain accommodation options for those seeking the ski-in, ski-out experience, including plenty of shops and restaurants across all 3 villages that are well serviced by the resort bus. We recommend the East Village for an intermediate or advanced group and the West Village for families.
Frisco and Silverthorne are a short drive or bus ride down I-70 for access to larger supermarkets and outlet stores. There are tubing, skating and other fun activities for the family in the Copper Mountain villages. If you're staying in the village, a car is not needed.
In our opinion, Copper Mountain is a great all-round resort offering a good range of skiing with some noteworthy long rolling blues and greens. The terrain naturally separates different skill levels, while the array of terrain parks caters for all levels.
The multiple base villages and high-capacity express lifts alleviate some of the congestion, and the extent of advanced terrain will have advanced skiers roaming the resort. Copper isn't pretentious, and you'll feel like you're skiing with the Colorado locals. Check out our trail and lift videos to get the most out of your visit to this resort.